Guys, what's poppin'? It's your man AB tapping in. I gotta tell you about today's sponsor, Beard Organics. Look, it took Lou 49 years, but he finally was able to grow a beard, but he's doing the smart thing and he's taking care of it, all right? When he goes to the barbershop, he brings his kit from Beard Organics with him. First things first, you gotta use the beard wash. It is no point in doing all this extra work if your beard ain't clean. The foundation gotta be right. Next thing, you gotta hit it with the conditioner. That's gonna make it soft, and trust me, your lady friend will thank you. This is all natural and organic ingredients, so you ain't gotta worry about your face breaking out or no other weird stuff happening. Lastly, you gotta hit it with the beard oil. Couple of drip drips here, drip drip there, and when that light hits your beard, it twinkle and glisten. When you step out, people gonna ask you, yo, where did you get your beard products from? You can point them straight to beardorganics.com. Don't forget, let them know if you buy 3 items or more, you get an extra 20% off. So I don't know what you waiting on, but go to beardorganics.com. They got products and accessories. Go and get yourself right and let them know on deck sent you. What it do, what the business is.
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV show. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal_Brown, if you're looking for me on socials.
Absolutely, man. If you're still in these tweet streets, I am Spike Lou, and you can catch me very sparingly on TikTok, IG, and Facebook. Very sparingly. Twitter's not. What's your number one social in 2000 and whatever year we in right now? I lost count.
IG. It's IG.
You be cooking over on TikTok, though. You got the albums, make the album a classic. I like that.
Yeah, TikTok, it's all kids though that be commenting on that shit.
I be seeing it. They be going in on you. I seen it. Nigga told you. Nigga told you was crazy for some of that Donda shit I watched, man. That was hilarious. Yeah, I'm gonna start growing over on TikTok. I want to do some things with the Sopranos show that I'm doing in another week in the books, man. So I'm reluctantly gonna have to start getting over there too, man. But I seen what you was doing over there. I like it, man. Good shit.
Appreciate it, man. It's wild over there. The youngsters don't give a damn. No respect.
I'm preparing myself. I gotta get that Beard Organics game right. Get my shit going good, like it look good and crispy before I start showing up over there like I do over here. So,
for sure, man.
What we got on the docket this week?
Hey, man, action packed, guys. Your man Joe Budden gets attacked allegedly. We got an anniversary for a Pac album for this week. And Puff named his 2 up-and-coming billionaires in hip-hop. He's saying he's going to be the next 2. We're going to debate and see whether he's accurate or not. But first, your man Jeezy dropped his anticipated double album that we spoke about last week.
Anticipated by me.
Yeah,
and Big Jeff.
The Spike Lou anticipated double album. No one else necessarily. Jeezy dropped his latest joint. His first since his drama project a year ago. And his first album for real since the Recession 2. I might forgive, but I don't forget. Simple question. Did the product match your expectations?
Yeah. I wasn't expecting Jeezy to knock it out the park and give me a Thug Motivation 101 at this stage in his career. I was realistic about what he was able to do. I was really excited about this because of the rollout, because there wasn't no long runway to the album coming out, because it was just, oh yeah, by the way, nigga, I got a double album. One of the whole second disc is produced by Justice League. Mm-hmm. The title, like we talked about last week, the kid face, like niggas never miss with that. All of that worked for me. When I got to the album and I hit play on it at 12:01 Thursday night, I wish that Jeezy had someone younger around him to kind of help him format it like some of the young dudes do their albums nowadays. And what I mean by that is shorter songs. I ain't necessarily got to give you a hook. I'm just going to go in for 2 minutes and we getting out of here and we going on to the next song. A lot of the things that I dislike about this album are because he is quote unquote an older rapper, which means there's a format, there's a formulaic way of going about it. I got to have, this is the hook, this is the bridge, the song needs to be this long. If it's an album, it has to have a cut for the women, or I got to do a radio thing. At this stage in Jeezy's career, he's past that. And the game that he's able to give in the gems on here, the shit that hit, the songs about Slick Puller, the songs about Meech, the songs about J-Bo. Like if I got like a 2-minute song of that and you ain't worried about the hook and the girl songs and the rest of it, like just give me 12 or 13 of those, like we always say. Oh my God, this would have probably been this would have been damn near been like 444. But unfortunately, he didn't do that. He was still trying to stick to some of the formulas, like trying to sell a record. And I understand it. I get it. But just as a selfish Jeezy fan, someone who liked that personable shit like Trust No One, telling stories about how his cousin did him back in the day, or his homegirl, baby daddy needing dope, or Keep the Change, or Delusional. Man, if I could have got 11, 12 of those and he had got out of there and the album didn't even need to be 37 minutes, oh, shit, this would have been it. This would have been like, nigga, Jeezy back. This would have started the uproar for a second stage of his career. But unfortunately, it's not that. There are great songs on there, stuff that I saved to the playlist immediately, shit that I had on repeat for the weekend. But there is still too much of the I'm trying to make a rap album songs on there too.
Yeah.
What say you?
There's too much. 27, 28, 29 tracks. I don't want to hear that from anyone in 2023. Like, it's just no need.
You would take a Drake 29 track.
I don't want that.
And a Kanye.
I don't want that.
Well,
I'll maybe Kanye, because Donda's crazy. Yeah, maybe Kanye. But he's the only one.
Okay.
I don't need damn near 30 tracks of anyone. It's not. I know for a fact you're gonna have too much filler. Nigga, you're not Pac and you're not Big. So your double album is gonna have major skips. But that being said, I will say I did like the second side better. The one that Justice League did. But I think
I started on the second side.
I agree. But I think the best song is arguably on disc 1, which is that I like that Trust No One, and I like that Shine on Me. That Shine on Me banging. Like I fucks with that. But it's some joints on here though. I ain't finna just call it a complete wash. Like it's some shit on here. Like you said, if you like you could say about every double album that's ever released, with the exception of 2 or 3, if they would have just cut this down to 15, it would have been a whole
even
lot
Jay-Z
and concise. But I did like that you pointed out the fact that he got the Baby Picture album, because he had the whole recipe. He had the full sentence title, which almost always works. He had the Baby Picture on the album cover, which almost always works. All Him, which J. Cole made popular by just doing him, and then Gunna just did it earlier this year. All Him, and it's me by myself, and I'm finna cook. So he had all the recipe for it to work. He just put too many songs on it. I get it. He's not on Def Jam no more. He needs to throw as much out here and see whatever can stick. So when he goes on tour, he got something to perform, because it's all on him now. So he's the machine. It gets CTE incorporated now. It ain't Def Jam no more. So I get it. There's joints on here that work. Like I said, I did like Shine on Me. I thought that shit was complete flames. If I'm being honest, my intentions about Slick Puller or Blood Raw, whichever one that was about.
Come on, bro.
Hey, dude.
I think it was about Blood Raw.
That motherfucker was fire, nigga. So it's some shit I like since Pac died. It's some joints on here, though. I was like, oh, okay.
It is.
It's better than Pressure and TM 105 or whatever the fuck the last TM was. It's better than all that. It's better than them shits. So I ain't mad at it.
I like the song. I like the song that he had about your boy, how we got caught up in that whole shit out in Cali. Had to go.
Oh, that was hard. He was ripping that.
He was supposed to get the guns off the bus. Yeah. He was killing like that. That's what we want to hear from OG rappers, bro. Yeah, like that. Look, the perspective, the shit I went through, the shit that was in the headlines. I don't need you niggas doing singles. I don't need you niggas trying for the club hit. And I get it. You brought up a great point. Yeah, I'm doing it by myself. I'm trying to keep the lights on, so I do have to do songs that I would think would stick, that may catch in the club, stuff that people like to hear. Yeah, at a concert or whatever. Yeah. But man, if there was a way that a nigga could just drop that, like this is just that straight heat, like the songs that we mentioned, and I'm getting this shit off my chest. If there was a way that he could do that, T.I. could do that, Jeezy could do that, Ross could do that, like I would, nigga, sign me up every time.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't need the black men don't cheat song. Like, come on, bro. I don't need that from Jeezy, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. What is that, bro? What was that?
But
You trying to squeeze
when
that
he was
in with these
explaining that,
divorce rumors, like, bro? Like, no, bro. I don't give a fuck. What are you talking? You Kevin
I like
Samuels,
that
nigga? Like,
narrative.
what are you
I
talking
ain't
about?
even gonna hold you. No, I like the narrative though, man. Because look, you don't usually get that from rappers, especially niggas like Jeezy though. And we heard Hove talk about him cheating on the 444 Later album. And the allegations that come out behind his divorces that Jenny May was the one stepping out with AC Slater. So I can see him saying, like, nigga, I want to build a family. Nigga, I want to be that
Wait a
nigga.
minute. Wait a
Ain't nothing
minute. Wait
wrong
a
with
minute.
that, bro.
Time out.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, ABs. I'm gonna have to bring you on another week in the books, dude. I'm
Time
gonna have to
out.
bring you. We got to have a real conversation about this. It sound like, because
Time
that's
out.
what's wrong with that. I like that promotion. I'm on the total opposite side of you from that. And he
No.
sit down with Neil Long and broke it down.
Let's back it up. Jenny Mine AC Slater? What? I missed that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah. Nigga, she was sending them naked pictures and everything.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Jeezy was finna ride on AC Slater, nigga. We put that in the group chat. I'm surprised you missed it.
I missed that.
your reaction is hilarious. Fact.
AC Slater would
Yeah,
have
she was
fired
creeping
on
with AC
Jeezy. He would
Slater.
have beat Jeezy. He would have worked Jeezy.
AC Slater versus Jeezy.
He would have worked his ass.
Hey, that's funny, though. Motherfucker right there.
Oh, I'll run the
Yeah,
song
man,
back.
she was cheating with AC Slater.
Maybe it'll
bro.
grow on me. It may grow on me.
The song, not necessarily, but the sentiment I appreciate.
Yeah. No, I
I
can
think
respect
that's
it.
a nice sentiment to have out there from a rapper like Jeezy, man.
Oh,
All right,
shit.
moving on to another popular artist that dropped, man. Your girl Meg, man, she was in the lab. She came out with her brand new single. What was the name of that joint?
Cobra.
Snakes? Cobra or some shit like that. I knew I was somewhere wrong. AB, it dropped at number 45 on the Spotify charts, man. My question to you, and I want people to know that I didn't write this, has her moment passed?
Hey, we looked at her and it was her, Cardi,
You finna get in your bullshit bag.
and
I see
Nicki
it now.
as the top dogs when it comes to the female rap game. And for your new single, which she hasn't come out with new music in a stretch. She's been in a highly publicized situation with Tory Lanez we do not need to revisit. She's been the it girl for several years. She got a Revlon deal as we speak. There's a commercial playing probably on some channel right now. To come out and debut at 45 on Spotify for your new record is interesting. However, I will say it's a little bit of fool's gold because her video on YouTube has the highest debut for a solo female artist this year. So the video doing numbers. And actually the song is low-key fire though. Like I thought she was ripping it. Yeah, the song is tough, but it's not a club record. It's not necessarily what you're used to from her. It's not necessarily what you're used to from the popular female rappers right now. And I'm really interested to see what the response is going to be with this. Will it have legs? Because people are asking, man, all female talk about is the sex this and sex that. And so when someone comes out with something that's different from that, that's still quality, it doesn't get the response that the My Booty Hole Brown does. And so I think that's interesting. So the real question is, do people really want to hear this? Or do they just say they want to hear it? But the song was fire though.
People are nosy, so I do think that they want to hear it. People like this was tea.
That's true.
Like, all I seen was the shit about a party and him cheating in a bed and depressed pussy was trending. Like
that's
people
funny.
want to hear this, but I don't know if record labels want to. Depressed pussy is crazy.
That's nuts.
This pussy depressed was a crazy line. But I don't know if record labels hear this. I think record labels want to hear Sexy Red. They want to hear Lotto. They want to hear,
Party.
Freak shit popping off. Yeah. That's funny. I do think that Meg, since she's doing it on her own, since she's not backed by label, she told us, she came out, she said, hey, I'm putting the money up behind this on my own. I think that number 45 on the Spotify charts got a lot to do with that, her doing it on her own, not to the quality, not to do with her standing in the game right now. I think that she still is the meter as we see on the YouTube joints. But I just think it's the corporations that don't want to hear the female venting, giving you like similar to what men do. Like if someone to drop a freestyle or a new single, like just what the male rappers would do. I think that the labels think that sex has to be attached to it if it's a mainstreaming female artist. And I hope that Meg is able to prove them wrong. And I hope she stays in this bag. She was rapping her ass off on this.
She was.
The beat was banging.
Yeah.
I was listening to it. I was actually like, oh, okay, damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that because I wasn't following this shit day to day as far as her and Tori and Party. I don't know none of that.
Yeah.
So you giving me brand new information. So yeah, let me run this back. I hit repeat about 3 times on this listening to it.
Yeah,
like I fucked with it, and she showed her versatility of being able to rap. Like I ain't like the rest of you. Like I ain't gonna say no names. I'm not only limited to talking about my sex life for you guys to think that the song is banging, and I appreciated that. So I don't think that her moment has passed. I do think that she's living in a brand new moment as far as expanding her curriculum as what she's able to do, and I look forward to it. Like if she stay on this and give me the information, like I've been waiting for a female perspective on fame in the rap game for a long time that ain't tied to sex, that ain't tied to being associated with Biggie Smalls, or ain't tied to being associated with another major rapper. It's just, I'm a female, I made it do what it do off rapping, and really it ain't got nothing to do with sex, but I can talk that sex shit if that's what y'all want to hear. But I can get in my bag over here and let y'all know what's up and what's really going on with me. She did a great job of that, man, and I look forward to hearing more like this. I hope it stays in that lane, and hopefully she opens the door for more so like Rhapsody and other people, your girl Shay Noir, all of those girls who really like get in their bags.
Listen, I'm here for the balance, which is why I like Lotto. I think Lotto was capable of making something like this from a skill and a talent perspective. I get the sex kit and stuff too. I get it. Sex sells. It's been that way since the beginning of time. Like this ain't nothing new. So I understand that you get something for the radio, you get something for the YouTube clicks. That works too. But to be able to jump in and out, that's something that I fuck with Rhapsody. Rhapsody can't jump in and out. She got one lane that she can do very, very well. Let's be clear. She can't do. She's not a dual threat. If Meg can prove that she's a dual threat, to me that just makes her a more well-rounded artist. She'll come out with the single, you know what I'm saying, with something for the girls to shake their ass to at brunch or whatever the fuck at the club. She'll come out with that too, and that'll go up. But she can balance it out with this real shit. Oh, then now you own to something. Now you cooking, and now you're doing what. Remember, Fab early in the year was like, "Yo, why ladies have such a different perspective? Why don't they talk about no real shit? Like y'all got a whole nother perspective that niggas can't even relate to. Like, I'm not even necessarily relate, but can't even like
nigga.
Yeah, like can't even like fathom, like speak to that perspective. And and
that's what I want to hear.
Yeah, I agree. I don't need a whole album of it, but to give the balance, I think is a good look. So these numbers are interesting. I'm curious to see where it goes from here, if it kind of catches on, or if she just needs to drop something else for the TikToks and all that shit, which is probably what's going to happen.
I ain't against her doing that. Yeah, she probably gonna do something else with the ass shaking, and that's fine. That's cool.
I'm fine with that as well.
Yeah, I just listen, man. Meg want to shake her ass for me on TikTok, bro. Like, I ain't. Who am I to tell her she's wrong? Like, come on. Like, who am I, bro? Just a nigga doing a podcast, man. You want to shake your ass, man? Please feel free to do so. I'm here for.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, man.
Next up, man.
All right, next.
That's me. Yeah, next up, man. We're taking it to New York, man. Your boy, Lloyd Banks. We haven't talked about Lloyd Banks in a couple years on the pod. Shout out to him. He just dropped his second project of the year, Halloween Havoc 4. As you can tell, he's got a Halloween series that he does around this time. And people were already asking for more music on Twitter, even though the response to this project was actually pretty good on Twitter. He then responded to the person and said, all right, then fine. When I do my Cold Corner 3, which is another series that he has going on, it's not going to be on streaming sites. It's going to be available for 100 bones. We'll see, you know what I'm saying, who supports and who does what when that time comes. It'll be coming out next year. He caught a little bit of backlash, like, damn, bro, it's a recession. Can you make it 50? You know, shit like that. I've been waiting 5 years, blah, 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 blah. My question is Lloyd Banks in a position to charge $100 for a project? Is this a smart or a bad move?
This is dumb. This is some of the dumbest shit that I've heard in hip hop this year. And here's the reason why. The nigga who employed you, the nigga who put you on, like 50 Cent came out and told us, Lloyd Banks is lazy.
True.
He don't even love this shit, nigga. So much to the point that we were wondering if you still rap. Now, granted, there was personal things going on, personal problems. I get it. It's cool. Don't try to manipulate me, the fan, or the people who are fans of your music and be like, okay, well, if y'all want it this bad, let me charge you $100 for it, just so you can make some money. The reason that Nipsey Hussle was able to do this and do this successfully is he was a new act. Wasn't no smut on his name. Like, no nigga came out and was like, oh, this nigga lazy. Like, for all the fan knows is going to buy this $100 album from Lloyd Banks, this shit was recorded 8-9 months ago. You can't do that, my nigga, if you ask him for money. And in response to a nigga asking you for more product, you like, okay, well, if you want more product, I'm going to charge you for it. That's not how this works. We talk about this all the time, AB, on this podcast. Like, having leverage is very important, my nigga. Just because you put out a couple of mixtape series that are popular and the people who like you listen to it, don't try to come out here and charge $100 for it. For like, let me promise you this, Lloyd Banks. Niggas, it ain't gonna do nowhere near the numbers that it would do if it was on a streaming site. So then we go to the question of, okay, well, what are you really doing this for? Because you could put that shit out, it could be banging on the streaming site, you could catch a wave, you could go do shows, and you could make a lot more money than you're going to make than charging $100 for this CD. It comes from a place of spite that it's like. And that reason is because 50 told us at the height of your career, my nigga, you disappeared. You didn't want to do shows. You didn't want to do songs. You thought you didn't love this. So now I'm supposed to spend $100 on your album 30 years after your prime because you think niggas want it? Man, get out of here, bro. Go do the work. This is cool for a brand new artist. This is cool for a Nipsey Hussle. It ain't cool for a nigga who's been labeled as lazy in the industry. Like, we just not gonna buy that, bro. Show us that you give a fuck about it and put the fire shit out for free. Then charge the niggas an arm and a leg for your shows, for your merch, for your other projects after you've caught the wave and you got a single that everybody is talking about. Other than that, make it out of here, bro. Like, you sound like a nigga who don't like this shit, that don't like music. Okay, if you want me to do it, I'm charging $100 an album. Stop it, bro. It goes into what 50 said.
I'll say this. 50 did say that about him back when they were on fire, which attributed to him falling off and disappearing. But lately, within the last couple of years, Lloyd Banks has been active. Now, he's been active, and he's built a little bit of a cult following. The Curse of the Inevitable series that he got going on. People speak very highly of those projects. They speak very highly of these Halloween Havoc projects, too. Like, I think I heard the second one last year, the Curse of the Inevitable. I heard the first two. I ain't heard the one this year, and I ain't heard this Halloween Havoc shit. But what I'm saying is he's been more active as of late. Within the last 5 to 7 years, he's been more active. He got merch and everything. He do that whole, he has gotten the game now. He may be late, but I guess it's better late than never. So with that being said, I'm hoping that he has done enough research and analytics to know that he can pull this off, and there'll be some X amount of people who will be willing to support. There's nothing wrong with having a high ticket item. You can have the free shit over here. You can have the medium tier, and then you can have the high ticket item. You don't have to buy the high ticket album. This is for the people who are able to do so and who are that bought in the same way that Nipsey did it. Nipsey said it's for who people are proud to pay. That Crenshaw mixtape was available for free the exact same time it was available for $100. So you didn't have to cop the shit. He sold 1,000 of those, if people remember. Which leads to my next question. How many copies do you think Lloyd Banks will sell? If Nipsey sold 1,000 of Crenshaw, how many will Lloyd Banks sell of this Cold Corner 3?
And remember, Crenshaw was a critically acclaimed mixtape.
That's a classic.
It was like when Nipsey was in his prime, right? Jay-Z bought 60 copies?
He bought 100.
Like about 100 copies.
Yeah.
So 900 copies sold outside of that. I'd be surprised if Lloyd Banks sell 100.
Wow.
I'd be surprised. And the reason being, going back to my original point, like you said, you're right. It's cool to have high ticket items. It's cool. But if you're a brand that's established yourself on being, he can rap his ass off, so I don't want people to misinterpret this, but the brand is mid. The brand is mid in sense of, all right, it's gonna be sporadic. Like earlier when the nigga was in his prime, he really didn't do nothing, so he didn't capitalize off of it. So it's a brand like Skechers. It's noticeable, but if I see that shit in Nordstrom's, like for $200 for a shoe, I'm like, bro, I can go to TJ Maxx and they got these same joints are $19.99, bro. I could kick around in these. These are like for taking the trash out or cutting the grass in. Like now you got a pair in Nordstrom's, and your brand as Skechers is established off of a reasonable price, but you trying to bust my head for the dad sneakers that you think are cool for $300? Like, nah, bro, I'm not doing that. Because you're still Skechers. Like, I'm still like, and it don't matter if I'm buying it out of Nordstrom's, if I'm buying it out of Marshall's, my nigga. You're still Skechers, bro. So that's how I see it.
Calling Lloyd Banks the Skechers of rap is insane. I can't even
fair
do
though, right? Ain't it a greater name?
Jesus Christ.
He definitely is a Skechers of rap, bro.
That's know it nuts. I'm gonna check out. No, and real quick too. On another thing is this gets more publicity because he's calling it $100 project. So he's getting more attention than he would have if he just announced Cold Corner 3 was coming out next year, and we wouldn't be talking about it. True. So he's getting attention. He's getting blog articles. He's getting impressions that maybe some people didn't even realize he was still making music at this point. So he might just have opened the door to people that was like, "Damn, Lloyd Banks still making shit. Let me check out this mixtape." And if it's fire, like people are saying it, or like his fans are saying it is, then he might have just got a whole nother segment of people on board. I think it's a smart idea from a marketing standpoint because you're getting impressions. I don't know what them sales gonna look like though. Not gonna hold you about that.
That was a premise behind Nipsey shit that he got out of the book, right? With the $100, was it cheesesteak?
Yeah, the book was called Contagion or Contagious, and he got the idea from a cheesesteak spot in Philly, I believe. It was $100 cheesesteak
for cheesesteak.
Yep, and people would go just because it was $100 cheesesteak. It
was $100. Let me see what this is about.
Exactly.
My only thing the reason that I disagree with you and don't think it'll work for Lloyd Banks is because he's been selling cheesesteaks for $1 already. Like Nipsey didn't have that stain on him. Like nobody called Nipsey lazy. If he was charging $100 for the project, we're having a discussion like, damn, I wonder what's on that motherfucker. Versus like, niggas just charge $100 to get the marketing from it. There's a little bit more to it than went with Nipsey. So again, I wish him the best. I wish Lloyd Banks the best. I hope that he sells this $100 project and gets back into where he wants to be in life.
Lloyd Banks got the little hoodies and stuff look decent and everything. He seems to be figuring it out. The little merch look out.
Have you bought some of his merch?
Hell,
you're a merch guy. Exactly. No. Exactly, nigga.
But I'm gonna listen to the. I'm gonna
buy his merch.
I'm gonna listen to the Halloween joint, bro. I'm gonna listen to it.
And the niggas is buying his merch is the same niggas that wore them G Unit wife beaters. That's the only niggas is paying $100 for that album. The niggas that wore G Unit wife beaters is the niggas that's paying $100 for the old album. So like, shout out to y'all niggas, man. We appreciate y'all for being loyal fans. Moving on. New Benny. Benny dropped a track called Big Dog, AB. That Big Dog had the Big Dog feature of Lil Wayne. And this is becoming a common theme, man. It seems like with Benny records. So I just got to ask you a simple question, man. Did Wayne wash Benny on the record?
The simple answer is yes, he did. He cleaned him up real good because Wayne ripped it. He was on brand. I mean, he was on subject. He had the dog flips and analogies. He killed that. Whereas Benny was just rapping, which I'm not. He's good at that. He's good at that. His verse was dope. But Wayne took it back to when niggas used to rap like, oh, that's the name of the song? Oh, okay, that's what we're running with then. Then I'm going to throw the different plays on a dog. I'm going to do that. I'm taking it back. That's why that's why Wayne is still Wayne, in my opinion, because he has the ability to do that. He's not phoning in a verse. He could have easily mailed this in. He could have easily threw the auto tune on his voice and talked about eating pussy for 6 bars and talked about skateboarding for 6 more.
Damn, son.
And and then, and then talked about, I don't know, whatever, being on fucking kicking it with Skip. But he didn't. He stayed on subject and killed it. He murdered him. This is the second time in a row because J. Cole demolished him. That nigga had verse of the year on his shit last year. But I will say this. I do think this is overblown. I know we're having fun. We fucking around. But I do think the conversation of, man, he got you on your shit is overblown. We have Nas to thank for this. Before Ether, no one gave a shit. The only time we cared about somebody being a feature was when they stunk it up. We didn't care about them outshining the artist. We cared when they got on a song and fucked it up. It wasn't until Ether that we started to care about when he said Eminem murdered you on your own shit. That's when we were like, damn, did Eminem get Jay? Damn, he murdered. And then it became a conversation. So it's really not that deep. But yes, Wayne washed him. I'm not gonna hold it.
It was Nas and it was mixtapes, right? Clue. Whoever had the last verse was usually the nigga that watched everybody else up on the songs.
That's true.
If I was Benny, I ain't gonna lie, I feel some type of way. J. Cole just did this to me, and this nigga Wayne just came in here and absolutely did the goddamn thing to this song. Like, bro, what? I don't even know, bro. I'll admit it, Spike Lee, I'm so self-conscious. This might not have never came out, even though it was a Wayne feature. And a lot of it got to do with like what you say, like Cole just did this to me. Facts. And I'm a rapper's rapper. Facts. I'm a nigga who's supposed to have the bars and shit. But now I done got on the stage with Cole and I done got on the stage with Wayne, and these niggas have completely washed me. Benny need to stop worrying about niggas criticizing him and need to start worrying about his bars, bro. He needs to start living a little bit more. That like some shit need to be happening to where he can give me something different from the Buffalo Trap shit. That was cool on the Griselda tip. That was cool when you doing lo-fi beats for niggas who love your mixtape series. You in the big leagues now, big dog. Hey, big dog. Like we need you. Like I need some shit that's comparable to Wayne and J. Cole, and it ain't happening. I ain't saying that you can't rap. I ain't saying that you ain't do a good job. I love the songs, Johnny P's Caddy. I love the Big Dog song. But you've gotten on the stage with niggas who can do, like niggas who live this shit. Like niggas who done got in there and watched anybody imaginable that you could think about, and them niggas made you look like an amateur, bro.
Yeah.
Like flat the fuck out if we being real. Like if I was Benny Homeboy, he wouldn't even be returning my calls right now. Cause nigga, I'm calling and telling you, hey, bro, like them niggas killing you out here, nigga. Last 2 verses you done did, nigga. Like you, like Big Jeff said this in the chat. You better stop rapping with them black soprano niggas or whoever, black soprano fan, whoever them niggas is that you rapping with. Stop. Go start rapping with Cole. Hang out with Dreamville. Hang out with OVO. Maybe if you cool with Hove, you can hang out with him. Go back, start hanging out with Conway. Cause them is the niggas that's rapping. Like you acting like, oh man, I don't want niggas to critique me on Instagram posts. And now you get on the song and you're doing this with Wayne. Like, bro, stop. Like I got a high expectation of Benny the Butcher, bro. And he ain't like, I ain't like when Wayne started rapping and like you said, he kept that theme through the whole song. I'm like, oh, nigga, it was one of them like, you're like, oh shit, nigga, you put your hand over your mouth. Same thing with Cole. Like, listen, Benny needs to step it up, bro.
Is there a world where if I'm Benny, I can say that I had the feature of the year on my shit 2 years in a row? Facts. Maybe.
Yes.
There's a world you can say that and it not be crazy.
But wait, AB. You got to be a Playboy Cardi type nigga, NLE Chopper, like niggas that ain't known for rapping. Like Benny is a nigga that's known for bars. So you telling me that, oh, I had the best 2 verses of the year on my shit, but nigga, I don't even remember your shit. Nah, that take away from the brand. Like them niggas at Griselda minus West Side, like Conway and Benny, them niggas can rap.
Facts.
But now that we seeing them on other songs with, let me exclude Conway. Now that we seeing Benny on songs with nigga that can rap, not just rap, nigga, I can rap. I'm J. Cole, I'm Lil Wayne, I'm Jay-Z, I'm Drake. We won't even know what that Drake and Benny sound like. I don't even know if we want to hear that now. I don't even know if Benny can hold that Drake and Benny coming. I mean that Drake and him coming out. So he might need to just just throw that away. But my point being is like, bro, yeah, you told me you can rap, and these niggas that can rap, they like making you look bad.
Look,
and don't
I
come
put it like
talking to
this.
me about these verses. This was their best verse. Niggas had to bring out their hardest when they came to see me. Yeah, they did, and they watched you.
Yeah,
So you make yourself feel however you want to about that. Pause. Or bring out their hardest.
You can feel good about it if you're Lil Yachty. Definitely. You can be like, nigga, I got Cole hardest verse of the year. You can do that if you're him. And niggas look at him like, oh, okay, he actually he sounded halfway decent on there. Okay, cool. That's fine. This tells me that Cole, Wayne, they're head and shoulders. They're in a different league. And maybe for a second we thought Benny was in this league. This just told us he's not, and that's okay. That's not a shot.
That's the
These
point.
niggas is Hall of Famers. These niggas like this when the young nigga go up against the LeBron, and you like, oh, okay. Like, he not ready yet. You like, oh, I thought he was ready. My bad. We were too early.
Hey, that's a good analogy right there. Because, like, you're right. Niggas that listen to this shit like, oh, Benny one of them niggas. But then I hear Benny with Cole, or I hear him with Wayne, one of them niggas, like, for real. And you're like, okay, no.
Not yet.
Cool.
Yeah.
You can rap your ass off, bro, but you ain't one of them niggas. Like, and that's cool. Because
that's okay.
Like, it's a lot of niggas that ain't as good of rappers as Benny is. It's cool. It's a lot of niggas that ain't. But J. Cole and Lil Wayne,
man.
Go like write that verse a couple more times, bro.
Next up, that shit crazy. Next up,
I hope he hit this too.
Shout out to Black Soprano, man.
Shout out to them, man.
Next up, we keep it in New York. It's a lot of New York. Today's the third New York, third East Coast person in a row, man. Your man
Atlanta,
Joe
I think Atlanta took a break this year.
That's true.
Took a break this year from the rap. Period.
Your man Joe Budden, jump off Joe, allegedly was attacked. I think it's been confirmed now that he was attacked at a strip club over the weekend. That's kind of fucked up. Can't a nigga go to a strip club in peace? Allegedly, there's a guy claiming to be the person that did it, and he shouted out Tax Stone, leading them on to believe that Tax put the hit out, so to speak. My question, how do you feel about podcasters being confronted for their takes? Because the reason that people are saying that is because he sent a shot at Tax Stone on an episode not too long ago, told him suck his dick, all that shit. You know how the East Coast niggas do. They get real.
He went in. Now he went in.
Yeah, okay, he went in. I didn't see the whole joint. I just saw that little clip, right? Pause with seeing the whole joint, talking about somebody's dick. But that is the reason for the season, allegedly. How do you feel about them being confronted in real life over their takes on Mike?
This is whack. This is lame. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a fan of Joe Budden. I'm saying this because it's a nigga sitting in a jail cell who's calling another nigga who's telling that nigga, hey, man, this nigga said something crazy about me. When you see him out, hit him, jump him. Y'all do what y'all do. What? Like, bro, like, we haven't evolved past that as a culture to be like, nah, that's not cool. Like, if we want to take, and I'm speaking bias because I'm a podcaster. So me and you, we're friends. We've been knowing each other for 25 years. We sit here and we do this very lightheartedly.
For sure.
I'm not expecting a nigga like Lloyd Banks to come up and pull up on me and be like, nigga, I heard what you said. Or Benny to be like, man, I heard what you said. Nigga, you said I wasn't. Okay, bro, and what the fuck do that mean? Like, you hiring niggas to beat me up now or to shoot me because of something that I voiced my opinion about on a podcast? And I know it's hard to like Joe Budden, bro. I'm one of the few niggas that's a fan of Joe. I fuck with Joe. I think he's brilliant in this media landscape. And I ain't even just talking about podcasting. I'm talking about going way back into the day when I couldn't stand this nigga, and our homie J. Ho would show us the shit that he doing with his girlfriend, or the Joe Budden TV that was on YouTube. That shit didn't appeal to me at all. But as I've come to be more established in the media game, I respect what he does and I understand it. Like, he keep his name in the mentions and the likes. I think that's brilliant. So for a nigga like Tax, who's missed his opportunity, who's sitting in jail, who for all lack of a better word, understanding, you would think was jealous. Joe still out here doing this shit. I got a murder case behind it. Y'all niggas see him. Y'all know he was talking about me. Y'all beat him up. Man, that's so trivial in what we're trying to do as media companies, as podcasters, as people who report the news. Like, I don't see Howard Stern getting beat up for all the bullshit that he said. I don't see Max Kellerman or Stephen A. Smith or people outside of the hip-hop space, people outside of the black culture, like this hip-hop. Like, it's only associated with hip-hop that a nigga like Tax could be like, hey, man, beat him up because he said something bad about me. What? I think that we're so far past that as what hip-hop is as a business, as what we do as podcasters, being able to express our opinions. It would be like if someone wanted to beat up Stephen A. Smith or Shannon Sharp or Skip Bayless, if someone wanted to beat them up for what they did on First Take every day. This is my job, bro. And if you're good at your job, it shouldn't even really affect what you got going on with the people who fuck with you. And it's hard to understand that sitting behind a jail cell and tell a nigga like you missing out on life. So now I feel like that I'm active and I can get shit done if I tell a nigga that know me, who don't like Joe Budden, who willing to do what I need them to do, I'll beat him up when you see him. That's not cool no more, bro. That was some 90s shit. Maybe even some 2000 shit. It's 2023. We're past that, my nigga. Like, it don't make it made. I'm a Tax fan. Nigga, I fucked with the podcast. We met him at Revolt, took pictures and all that good shit. This makes me like him less, especially if he was to come out and be like, oh, yeah, I did do that. Nigga, that don't make you no gangster or no G, bro. That make you one more dumbass nigga, bro, that don't see the big picture.
Now,
what do you say, AB?
Let's be honest, though. We're not going to act like the sports dudes are immune to this. They may not get jumped, but they get checked on some of their takes often. Tua just did it to Ryan Clark.
Steve
just
Smith
not a couple of weeks ago, a couple months ago.
Steve Smith and your boy from Denver. What's his name? The receiver, Judy.
Yeah, exactly.
He just did it on national TV to him.
Exactly.
You're right.
Like, so it happens. Listen, but it's not to the extent of this right here. Now, you did say Joe Budden went in on Tex. I didn't watch the whole clip. So I think we may have, when he starts talking about suck my dick, this and that we've gotten past opinions. That's different from I didn't like your album. That's different from I don't think you should charge $100 for your album. That's when there's a line. There has to be a line at somewhere, someplace. That's why niggas was on Act Neck. That's why people are at different other media personalities' neck. That's why Birdman was at Charlemagne neck. There's people have a line, and when you talk about people, they have a right to respond in the way in which they're going to respond. Like, you cannot tell somebody how to respond to something you said. Now, that's the thing. That's just a fact of the matter. And this is still relatively new. People are still getting used to this shit. They're still getting used to being commentated on, bro. The hip hop commentary space is young. It's very young. Like, it has not been here. Hip hop itself is young, first off. Second off, this commentary space is super duper young. So you won't see any more of it. This will get less and less, in my opinion, down the road, because people will be more used to it. But I mean, hey man, it's deeper than rap when you tell a nigga suck your dick, though. It's deeper than rap. This ain't just no opinion shit. Tax ain't had a podcast in years, bro.
See, that's the slippery slope that you get on, AV, because you say it's deeper than rap. You tell a nigga suck your dick. A nigga pull up your TikTok videos and be like, hey, man, this song garbage. It shouldn't be on the album if you want this album to be considered a classic. Let's say it's not Kanye, it's Sayari, your boy. And he took offense to that. Now he see you out in the strip club. And you like, hey, man, you said this song was trash. This shit meant the world to me, nigga. Throw a drink in your face. Like, what? Exactly your reaction, my nigga. Like, what are we talking about here, bro? You can't come hit me in my mouth because I said some shit that you did suck. Or I told you suck my dick. Nigga, fuck you. Like, get out of here, dude. Your exact reaction is that 100%. I got the right to my opinion as long as I ain't being disrespectful. As long as I ain't be like, fuck your moms, fuck your kids, nigga. I hope you never succeed, nigga. I hope nothing that you do ever works. If I'm on that type of time, yeah, nigga, come hit me in my mouth when you see me in Magic City or Strokers or Blue Flame or anywhere in Atlanta. Like, come hit me in my mouth if I say that.
Oh.
However, like if we leave it up to the artist to be like, oh, I was offended, so now I'm gonna jump this nigga in the club. Like, nah, bro, these niggas is sensitive. They sensitive about their shit, like Erica Badu said.
Yeah.
It's cool. I get that you sensitive, but don't sending some niggas out to rush me or beat me up, and you think that that's gonna mean more clout for you in the hip hop community. We as fans should take a stand against that and be like, nah, bro, that's not what we doing. I want Joe to give his unbiased opinion against Drake, against whoever it may be, and be able to be like, I can go out and have dinner with my girl because you crazy niggas don't think that everything starts and ends with these podcasts and the shit that you listening to. It's cool. I appreciate that you take it to heart. I get it. But nigga, come on, this is real life, bro. Don't approach me in public. I don't know nigga.
Why was nigga saying it was tied to do with Envy though? Was there any truth to that? Or was that a separate clip?
That was a separate clip. There was a previous interaction that happened earlier in the week, where Caesar's brother, the nigga who fucked with Envy, like he pulled up on Joe when Joe was out at the hookah spot with his co-host, some chick who was, well, excuse me, not a co-host, but some chick who was on the podcast that week.
Okay.
They out smoking hookah, and Caesar's brother, he explained that on the show. The nigga sent them a drink in the club, acting weird, kept going back and forth to the bathroom. And then when they finally get outside, the nigga was sitting outside with his phone out. So Joe knew what type of time that he was on, but he thought that he was a fan. He didn't know that he was Caesar's brother.
Gotcha.
So when he approached him, he was like, oh, Joe Budden, blah, blah, this and blah, blah. And Joe was like, bro, what? Like,
yeah.
What do you have going on, bro? Let me know so I can either hit you in your mouth or I can go ahead and leave with my co-host. So, like, I ain't gonna do this with you all night. You like doing the whole social media thing. That happened, and people thought that it was associated to that event, but it seemed to be something different.
Interesting. Yeah, that's weird. That's your man's tax, though. What we got next? Man.
It was my man's. I don't like the new shit. This week, 23 years ago in hip hop, we never really get to talk about the past and things of that nature. We stay pretty focused on current events, AB. 23 years ago, Pac released Machiavelli. It was released after he died, after the fatal shooting in Las Vegas. And I just wanted to know what this project meant to your hip-hop experience.
Man, this is my favorite Pac album. Just because of the timing and when it dropped. This was the first one I bought day of. I didn't buy All Eyes on Me day of. I got that a little shortly after the fact. So this is the first one I bought day of. I remember vividly the articles about him faking his death, possibly all of the conspiracy theories. This is one of the ones where, again, I'm in early high school. I don't know, have we got to high school yet? I think so. Early high school, bro. This is my favorite Pac album.
It was seventh grade.
Seventh grade.
Eighth grade. I was in seventh.
I'm listening to this until I'm 7,900 years old. I'm not saying it's the best Pac album. I'm saying it's my favorite. There's a difference, but this was big for me. I remember the videos. I remember the moment I heard Suge Shot Me at the beginning. After I had owned the CD for 3 years and somebody pointed that shit out to me, it blew my goddamn mind. It's got some of my favorite Pac songs of all time on there. It's just a classic album. And it holds a special place for me because it's one of the first ones. It's the first Pac album I bought myself. So yeah, it's a classic. 23 years is insane. I'm tripping off that. That's aging the fuck out of me. But yeah, it's a classic, bro. And it's one of my favorite albums of all time. This is one of those ones where if you ask me, you got 3 albums and you on a deserted island, it's a strong possibility that this is one of those albums. Rap shit. Everything else excluded. It's a strong possibility this is one of those. So it's one of my favorite joints, man. What about you?
Same. To give people the perspective, like this shit was like going to buy this CD was a memorable event. Again, because Pac has just passed, bro. Yeah. All Eyes on Me, it just happened. It was a more commercial hit. And then the theory started coming. This is before niggas had the internet on their phones and could just pull shit up. So we working off barbershop conversations, Me, you, and J Ho sitting playing Dreamcast games. Did y'all hear this? Oh, you know, it's another version of this. And it was just, as far as hip hop, this made me double down on the music that I love and that I felt like represented me as a person. This, the title of the album, the cover art, looking up, going to be like, okay, who is Machiavelli? What is that? Like that got that genuinely made me as a person start doing more research in general.
Yep.
Not just with this shit, but like I remember when people would talk about, oh, do you know who Machiavelli was? No, I don't know nothing about that.
Yep.
All right, now you go home and the few niggas that have internet looking up Machiavelli online, oh, he faked his own death. Oh shit. Like niggas would never understand the marketing campaign. I don't even really know if it was that, but just anything that surrounded this album from the point of when it came out to us listening to it, White Man's World, Blasphemy, Just Like Daddy, all of that shit tied into the theory and the lure of what he was trying to say on this album. And it was just different. I haven't really experienced anything like that since this album.
You know,
again, you mentioned his death. You mentioned all the things that tied into it. Being before the internet time was a big thing, but I wish people who are not old enough or are not or weren't around like me and you were when this first came out, and we were 15 to 16, we were in our prime hip hop stages.
Yep.
This is when I want to hear the most shit. This is when I want to hear the baddest shit. A motherfucker like Pac was like Drake in our time. For people who don't know, that weren't born to get the context, like it ain't even far-fetched to say that Pac was similar to Drake as far as popularity, as far as people knowing that he was. Like my mama knew Pac. She listened to Pac albums. Now my favorite Pac album is Me Against the World, but I do see what you're saying when you say, hey man, this one Machiavelli for me. If I could only listen to 3 albums ever again in life, absolutely, nigga, put Machiavelli on the list.
Yep.
But I just wish people could understand everything that's surrounded. There's never been a marketing plan so cold as far as this one. With the nigga, like we were sitting in the barbershop. I remember discussing this nigga being on the cross on the front of his album. Like that shit was crazy. Like it was a lot of different conversation that was happening. So as far as what this means for me as my hip hop experience, it's probably my most anticipated album, most appreciated album. It's not my favorite because I like Me Against the World better. But just as far as everything that you guys see now and the marketing campaigns and the different shit they try to do to be slick with the marketing, all of that shit was authentic with this album. And that shit registered, it hit. Niggas was genuinely concerned, wondering was Pac in Cuba, wondering did the nigga fake his death, wondering was he still alive. Like that shit was legitimate, nigga. It wasn't just like conspiracy theory like we have it now in 2023. Like it was real deal. Like you said with the Suge Shot Me shit, niggas for real deal thought the dude was still alive. All of this shit was fake and something different was going to come in maybe 5 or 10 years.
Yep.
I don't think people really understand the gravity of this album.
Nah, it was a moment. Let's say that. It was a big moment. There was a double XL feature that went through the conspiracy theories. That shit was crazy. It was just yeah, I mean it's one of them ones. It's just one of them ones. That's really the only way to put it.
That's a simple way to put it, absolutely.
Yeah, man. Next up, let's take it to H-Town. Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones said he is going to Taylor Swift route. He is tired of people sampling his stuff and not clearing it. If you missed it last week, NLE Chopper dropped a record. It was a freestyle joint that sampled the Still Tipping. Mike Jones felt the way because he put a copyright claim on it. NLE Chopper was like, fam, I am on a major label, homie. And you think this shit don't make it to this point if this shit ain't cleared, bro? And having it cleared is different from a copyright thing. Because if it hadn't been cleared, you would have sued. You wouldn't have put a copyright claim on my YouTube video, fam. He said he called it broke activities. Whose side are you on with this, man? NLE Chopper or Mike Jones?
As a nigga who loves the old school and contemporary rap, we know that it's documented on this show, AB. Mike Jones sounds like an old hating ass nigga. Like, bro, don't come to me talking about shit that, like, I literally went through, like Jay-Z said, I know who I paid for the publishing, bro. If you wasn't on that deal, that's on you and your people. That's not on me. If I'm NLE Chopper, you doing shit to come out and be like, oh, well, man, since y'all didn't pay the proper respect and call out and reach out to me directly, I want to put the cop, man, you sound like a broke nigga.
Yeah.
You broke, your music not selling. I don't know what you got going on right now, but it ain't happening for you. I'm a popping nigga. You probably was trying to hit me for some extra cash if I did hit you up. So no, we not doing that. I'm gonna let the labels handle anything because that's what I paid them for. Stop playing with me, Mike Jones, if I'm NLE Chopper, bro. You just sound like a broke nigga. And now you talking about, oh, I'm going to re-record all my songs so I have more control. I promise you niggas not going to hit you up in them re-recorded songs, bro. Give it up, Mike Jones. Be a real nigga and be like, you know what, bro? Yeah, you can use a sample. Just let me be in the video. Give me a shout out. Let me do a skit on the album, my nigga, because I'm still trying to maneuver out here. Excuse me. And I want people to recognize my name and what I contributed to the game. But being like, oh, I'm going to go re-record so niggas have to hit me up directly. Nobody's hitting you up directly, bro. I hate to be the nigga to tell you that, Mike Jones, I grew up in your era. I understand the impact that you had, but it's over. You're washed, my nigga. Get a better business plan or a better stream of revenue, but don't make a nigga like NLE Chopper who's selling plenty of records. A lot of people fuck with him. Don't make it feel like, oh, I disrespected you because I didn't reach out to you directly to get a sample cleared. I pay people to do that, dude. There's no way that I should have to talk to you if I'm NLE Chopper. Like, I don't really even respect your music like that, bro. I'm just using it because it was catchy and it was dope. Like, quit coming to me like, oh, I gotta show you this utmost respect, bro. You're Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones.
Listen, a part of me is glad that he did this because I'm tired of NLE Chopper sampling shit. But the way in which he went about it is some slaw. And this is the second time this year Mike Jones has got into it with another artist over this sample. Earlier this year in January, it was a rapper on Gucci's label, Big Fizzle, tried to sample the same thing. And he didn't clear it. Mike Jones didn't clear it. And dude called him. He said he called him an old broke bitch. That's what he called Mike Jones. He said, man, you a hoe for making my nigga shit get deleted with your broke ass. So he got the same situation. Mike Jones said, I got receipts that we've been talking about this for over a year. They just didn't finish the business and they put the song out. So I had to do what I had to do to let him tell it. So this is the second time that this has happened. I don't know what that means exactly, but part of me is glad because I'm tired of NLE Chopper doing lazy ass samples. I didn't even hear the song. I didn't get a chance to check it out. I don't know if he flipped it in any type of way. He probably didn't, knowing who we're speaking about, but I don't like the way in which he's going about it. That's lame. And I will say this, though. The genius part of this was him claiming that he was going to re-record his old hits to regain ownership the same way Taylor Swift did. And to say Taylor Swift's name right now, listen.
Yeah, she sold 1.2 million with her most recent 1987 re-record.
Taylor Swift impressions are through the roof right now. So to tie her name to the story was smart as fuck because it's gotten it picked up by different outlets, including us. That was creative. That was smart. Tie your name to someone who people care about. Okay, cool. That was cute. That doesn't mask the fact that the way you're going about it with the young dude is some slaw, though. That's lame. Not gonna hold you.
You whack, bro. It's not hip hop. It's not what we do over at this side. Yeah, you could be Taylor Swift and record your shit, but who wants to listen to it?
That's a good point.
Who wants, like, NLE Chopper is popular, bro. Whether you like him or not, whether we listen to his music, figure out a way that you can put an olive branch out versus going back and forth with this nigga and Gucci's artist. Like, bro, you're coming off as a bitter old nigga.
Yeah.
That missed his chance, and now I want to milk everybody else off the opportunity because I'm sad that I missed my chance. You so good, make another hot song, nigga. Do another steel tip.
We good. With all due respect.
Funny.
What we got
next? All right, man. Puff. Before we get into the wins and losses, AB, Puff made a declaration over the past week about who he thinks would be the next two people in hip hop to make $1 billion based off their business acumen, what he sees that they have going on. And he said those two people, AB, would be Travis Scott and surprisingly, Carisha from City Girls. AB, what say you? Do you think that these two could be the next billionaires in hip hop before anybody else?
First off, I'm going to ignore the Young Miami plug because they got some type of relationship. So he's just trying to keep the peace at the crib or whatever crib that may be, the Miami or the New York, whatever crib that is. Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
He's just trying to keep the peace there. Fine. I'm not even counting that. His original answer was Nipsey Hussle. He said to him, Nipsey felt like a young Puff, or a younger version of Puff. But he said right now I would go Travis Scott, obviously because Nipsey's no longer with us. He said I can relate to how he's diversifying his portfolio and understanding how to take it to the next level. I'm not mad at that, but to not say Drake, to the first answer not being Drake, when you get asked this is disgusting. And it make it look like you hating. There's no with diversifying the nigga. Drake got shows on HBO, got movies, got sneaker deals, got Toronto Raptor ambassadorship shit. He's got his hands in several different pots. He's the biggest artist out right, or biggest rapper out right now. If not artist out, Taylor Swift might got that on Click Clack. But Drake is at least top 3 between her, Beyonce, and him. He's number 1 male for sure. So to say that opens up a ton of doors. That opens up all kind of shit, man. I would go Drake first. I understand Travis Scott is younger. He's got Drake by about 5 or 6 years, so he is younger and he's extremely popular as well. And he's had his moment of, turmoil with his whole situation of Astroworld that he's been able to go through and see that through. So I get it, but nah, the answer is Drake, bro. Let's be honest. It's not Carisha, with all due respect.
The first question that I had, like similar to what you're saying, is okay, is he excluding Drake because he already has $1 billion? Maybe that's it. Maybe he knows the business dealings that Drake has, and he knows that he already got $1 billion. So that was the benefit of the doubt that I'm giving Puff. I do not see it being Travis Scott. I do not see that at all. I still think, even though he's bounced back okay, that concert had a lot to do with him like going to other levels.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
true.
see that type of stipulation for an artist like J. Cole. Like J. Cole is going to continuously drop good verses, do good music, but we've also seen that he does good business as well. With the festival that he has, Dreamville, Ari Lennox, the people that he signed, JID, what's the name of the group?
Spillage Village or Earth Gang?
Yeah, Spillage Village. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Big Jeff called him, Jizz Gang Village, whatever it may be. I think that Cole has shown the necessary things that we need to see, okay, even a generation from now, he's still going to be able to make an impact. So I would put J. Cole up there. Again, not taking anything away from Drake. I consider Drake already there. Like, I would be shocked. I would be shocked if a nigga came out and told me, oh, Drake ain't worth $1 billion.
He not.
I would be shocked.
He not, bro. Stop. He not even close, bro.
I think there's some shit under the tables, some really big deals with Apple and a lot of major brands that we haven't heard the insights or we don't know the details on. So if he ain't there, he damn near close. He closer than any nigga that we know. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So I think Puff know the same thing as well and don't want to big him up. Because we got to think how long it took Puff to get to that status, how long it took Jay to get to that status. So what does it look like with Drake, a nigga that's half their age, already near that status?
Yeah.
So I feel like he knows that, but he don't want to mention that. And if I feel like I had to make another pick for me, it 1,000,000% would not be Travis Scott. It would be J. Cole. Carisha doing media thing, I could see where he says that because she says she wants to be like Oprah. And Oprah, we know what her net worth is now today. I'm not sure if she has that bandwidth, though. if she she put one episode out every 5, 6, 7 months. And I'm not sure if she's that good. She's good at what she does. I don't know if she Oprah good though. I don't know if she $1 billion own network, daytime TV show.
Nah.
Like I don't know if Carissa's that good, but like you said, I get you shouting out your side piece or
Whatever.
late night jump off or the chick that you fucking with to try to make her happy so it's less peaceful, it's more peaceful in the home when you go there. I get that. It's cool. You can throw Carissa's name out there. That's fine. But yeah, if I had to throw another name out there that I thought would be more really realistic, it would be J. Cole versus Travis Scott.
For the record, if anybody's keeping score, Travis Scott's net worth is 80 million. Drake's is 250.
What's J. Cole's?
J. Cole's net worth is 60.
Wow.
Allegedly. That's not bad though. Listen. These ain't nothing to sneeze at.
I'm not shitting on it at all.
Absolutely
I worth 60 million right now. I don't even know if y'all be hearing from me on a weekly basis.
Facts.
Neither here nor there.
Let's get to these wins and losses, man. W or L. Your boy Playboy Cardi says he spent the last 3 months in a cave in Paris recording his album. Is a W or an L?
It's a loss. Loss. I read this twice. I seen that you put it on here. I even put it on here after you put it on here. I had to delete it. I don't even know what this means. I don't even know what recorded in the cave. Like, am I supposed to think that nigga you coming on the track as Batman? I'm not sure. I don't know what you have going on, Playboy Cardi, but again, I'm not the nigga that you making music for. So if niggas that want to hear you rapping out of a cave for the last 3 months, if that works for them, all right, cool. But for me, it's a loss. What say you?
It's an L because I know the music is gonna be fucking unlistenable. Like I just can't do it. And I got roasted on TikTok, nigga, when I took Cardi off of that Travis Scott.
You said the kids was gonna be there.
Nigga, they was gonna show up on my doorstep, dude. But I can't do it. Can't listen to it. Next up, your boy Kendrick Lamar, man, his company PG Lang is dropping a new minimalist phone. Has no apps, has no internet. It is literally called just a phone. The name of it is the Light Phone. Is that a win or a loss, man? He's getting into the phone business.
I think that's a win. You have people who have bought into Kendrick Lamar's fan base, who are already probably trying to portray that lifestyle. And him being a big artist is going to reach out and be marketed to a lot of other people too, who are trying to cut back on social media habits or being on the phone so much. I think this is brilliant. I think this is the next stage of a Kendrick Lamar and the image that he portrays and people that want to buy into that image. What say you?
I mean, it's a nice little burner phone. If you needed you want to stay off the grid, you can have you a little burner.
Hilarious.
For the record, it was limited. There was only 250 of them, and they have already sold out. They were $299.
I need to see what that phone looks like for $299. I ain't gonna hold you.
You can't charge me $300 for a phone that don't get internet access.
Yeah,
you
they
can't
don't
do that.
Shit. Like, come on, bro.
No, you can't do that. That's come on, bro.
No, stop.
Last but not least, W or L. Your man Akon plans on suing Suge Knight for claims that Knight made on his newest podcast. Suge Knight claimed on Collect Call, the name of the podcast, that he's got some homegirls that Akon allegedly sexually assaulted when they were 13 and 12. Akon got the lawyers on the horn immediately and is suing him as we speak. W or L for Akon buying into this?
Oh, man, it's a L for Akon if you happen to deal with this. My nigga Suge Knight, like, this is a brand new podcast. I'm gonna say whatever it needs to be to make sure that shit happens. Like, now that I got to deal with this and have lawsuits and all that shit, it's an L. Like, nah, bro. Nah. Where did this story even come from? It's a big L.
You can't put the sexual assault jacket on me, dude. I don't know, bro. I could have all of the electricity going on in Africa right now. My lawyer, stop what you're doing with that shit and we're gonna pivot and get rid of this immediately, nigga. Like
100%.
we finna put a stop to this shit right now. Suge Knight bullshitting, dog. Like I don't know what he's trying to do or what he's trying to pull, but he got to get his mind on something. We got to send him some Beard Organics or something and give him something else to talk about, because you can't just put the sexual assault on a nigga that's right, nigga. Akon sent somewhere like, nigga, what? Wait, hold on, fam. Nigga, what the
he
fuck?
Definitely needs some Beard Organics. He needs some Beard Organics in his life. Suge was the first nigga with the big dog beard even before Ross.
That's
we
true.
need to send him that, and he need to reevaluate the shit that he talk about in this podcast.
He tripping. He is tripping. Hey, man, let's get to this On Deck of the Week. Shout out to Reggie Jackson on YouTube. He had a comment in regards to the young boy that was the 9-year-old that was making a trap rap. He said, yo, my 5-year-old son has been in a Miles Morales suit for 6 days straight doing backflips in the living room. Kids are too easily influenced. I'm putting the suit on to stop any ratchet kid rappers because elementary trap just can't exist in this universe. He said kids are going to shake the skating ring every Friday and get Chuck E. Cheese shut down on Saturdays when the music comes on. We all remember what Lil Jon did in the clubs. I ain't trying to go through that at Dave and Buster's. Shout out to Reggie Jackson. My man said elementary trap can't exist, and I agree 1,000%. We can't do that, bro. There has to be a line, fam. We got to draw the line somewhere. I'm with you.
I agree. Elementary trap can't exist, even though if it goes against anything, the points that I made against it last week, I agree with that. There's no space for that.
Can't, man. We ain't gonna work. I appreciate the comment, bro. What you got to put me on?
I found a brand new podcast. If you're a fan of the Serial series, it will remind you of that. It's called The Kids of Rutherford County. Rutherford County is it's Murfreesboro. It's 30 minutes outside of Nashville, where AB and I grew up. And it's about an incident that happened and little kids get locked up for a fight when they get off the bus. It goes from start to finish on how they try to prosecute the kids and different things of that nature. Again, if you're a fan of serial style type podcasts, you're going to love this. It's on episode 3 right now. I think it comes out every Tuesday or Wednesday, but it's called The Kids of Rutherford County, which is Murfreesboro, 30 minutes outside of Nashville.
That's hard. Real quick, I'm going to say y'all go check out the Milli Vanilli documentary on Paramount Plus. It's very interesting. And I rewatched a movie that I had seen before more than once, but it just hit me that it's a classic. Jamie Foxx, Tom Cruise, Collateral. I am stamping it. That is actually a classic.
I don't believe it just hit you.
It just hit me. I thought it was good.
It's an ultimate rewatchable. Like every time that come on, you can rewatch it. Jamie Foxx body
nigga,
and Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise rarely plays a bad. I don't know if he's ever played a bad guy in anything other than this. I don't know, but he killed it.
Like he was a bad guy.
Hell no. Maybe Interview with a Vampire, maybe, but not Vanilla Sky. But the dialogue between them hit so different because that shit came out when I was in college. Listening to it now as an adult, it hit completely different. I recommend y'all rewatch it if it's been a minute. I've got it in my top 3 Jamie Foxx movies, and that's a hot take considering Jamie Foxx has about 3 or 4 classics. Add this to the classics.
Up there with like it's right there with like Training Day, Life, Friday. It's movies like when it come on, you can rewatch it and be like, oh no, this shit fire. So I agree with that.
That shit is crazy. Again, appreciate you guys for tapping in. youtube.com/OnDeckTV show. Make sure y'all leave a comment. Keep leaving those comments. Keep hitting that like button. We appreciate it. And IG and Twitter for some at I am Spike Lou and at animal_Brown. Anything else before we get out of here?
That's it, man. Appreciate y'all fucking with us for 10 years straight. Rate, subscribe, like, tell us what you love about the show.
Yes, sir. We out. Guys, what's poppin'? It's your man AB tapping in. I gotta tell you about today's sponsor, Beard Organics. Look, it took Lou 49 years, but he finally was able to grow a beard, but he's doing the smart thing and he's taking care of it, all right? When he goes to the barbershop, he brings his kit from Beard Organics with him. First things first, you gotta use the beard wash. It is no point in doing all this extra work if your beard ain't clean. The foundation gotta be right. Next thing, you gotta hit it with the conditioner. That's gonna make it soft, and trust me, your lady friend will thank you. This is all natural and organic ingredients, so you ain't gotta worry about your face breaking out or no other weird stuff happening. Lastly, you gotta hit it with the beard oil. Couple of drip drips here, drip drip there, and when that light hits your beard, it twinkle and glisten. When you step out, people gonna ask you, yo, where did you get your beard products from? You can point them straight to beardorganics.com. Don't forget, let them know if you buy 3 items or more, you get an extra 20% off. So I don't know what you waiting on, but go to beardorganics.com. They got products and accessories. Go and get yourself right and let them know on deck sent you.